Hi, welcome back to Meta Perfume. This is the third video in my series on my entire perfume collection where I will feature my niche and other perfumes. And other, I mean the lower end perfumes that I did not think qualified as designer in my clone houses. And I will mix them all together, so there will be some niche and some others. And I'm going to start with the lowest ranked and work my way up to my very favorite in this category, except for my top 10, which I'll put in the last video. So thanks for checking me out. Please subscribe. I'm at 20 subscribers as of the filming of this video, which is a milestone. That's 1/50th of the way to my goal of having 1,000 subscribers, which usually takes a while, but if you could subscribe, that would be fantastic. Like this if you like it. Activate the notification bell so you'll be informed when I get new videos. And yeah, let's get started. So first, my least favorite in the set is this Victoria's Secret Love perfume. And this is, to me, just very generic smelling and kind of like a generic body spray. But the notes are pretty interesting. It seems like it should have more character. It's only got 4 notes, which are cotton flower, apricot blossom, and juniper. And to me, it's just pretty boring, and it doesn't last very long. So I got this in a set, and this is my least favorite within that little mini set. Next, I have Elizabeth Arden Always Red Femme. Now, this was a blind buy that I got on recommendation of Sarah Mays, but also because I like Elizabeth Arden and some of my favorite perfumes are from her. Now, I think the issue with this perfume is kind of a matter of managing expectations. It is a strange perfume. I would say this is just an unusual, kind of unique perfume because of the note of Artemisia, also known as Divana, also known as wormwood, what they put in absinthe. So if you get this perfume, understand that it's unique and it has this kind of polarizing note of absinthe or Divana, Artemisia in it. But it's actually a pretty, I tried it the other night and I was like, well, this isn't my least favorite. It's actually not bad if you know what to expect, I think. It's actually a pretty fragrance. And the main notes that people get are vanilla, cassis, pear, lemon, and that Artemisia note. So I smell a lot of the Artemisia, which makes it interesting. It's not bad. It's very floral, but just pretty unique and a little bit dark. I'd wear it in cooler weather for sure, maybe less than 60 degrees outside. It's going to do you better. It'll kind of choke you out if you wear it in warm weather. Next, I have a Dior Addict Au Fraishe sampler, and this was an accidental purchase. I was trying to buy the Dior Addict Eau de Toilette, which does not get rave reviews. Everybody loves the Eau de Parfum of Dior Addict. I don't really get it. I smell it and I'm just like, meh. But I really like the Eau de Toilette, which nobody likes. And I tried to buy that and I got the Au Fraische, and it's totally different scent. It's actually really heavy in bergamot and musk, freesia, and lily of the valley. Those are the only 4 notes. And bergamot to me is a pretty masculine citrus scent, and it's generally too masculine for me. So I'm not a huge fan of this. It's all right. Other people like it on me. I've tried out, but yeah, not my favorite. Next, I have a perfume that you may not be able to get. This was probably my most difficult to find perfume. I think I got it out of India somewhere, and I just saw, I don't know how I saw it, on Fragrantica maybe. It's called Magnificent by Armaf. And yeah, it's got black currant, raspberry, geranium, pink pepper, rose, musk, and patchouli. And I think my issue with this one is the geranium. Geranium is not a favorite scent of mine at all. This actually smells all right. It's good for winter. It's good for night. It's kind of a cozy scent. The pink pepper note is nice. It's not a bad scent, but yeah, not a super favorite of mine. Probably have way more of it than I need. Next, I have a little sampler of Ed Hardy perfumes, and I like these perfumes. They are actually really inexpensive, but very good if you like fruity florals and sweet fruity perfumes. I think they're underrated. They don't get much love anywhere that I've seen, but I like them. If you like mango, there's 2 good mango ones here. This is my least favorite of the set. This is the Hearts and Daggers by Ed Hardy. And the main notes are mango, apple, blood orange, apple blossom, and jasmine. Yeah, very mango heavy. It's yummy. This is definitely fruit forward perfume, a little bit of florals, but nice. Hearts and Daggers by Ed Hardy. Next, I have the Ed Hardy Women's Eau de Toilette, which is also mango forward perfume, but has a lot more floral in it. So the main notes people get are mango, grapefruit, freesia, amber, and wild strawberry. And I think I like this one a little better than Hearts and Daggers because it seems a little bit lighter, not quite as sweet, but still pretty, very pretty. That's the Women's Eau de Toilette, Ed Hardy Women's Eau de Toilette. Next, I have a niche perfume that Demi Rollins inspired me to buy called a Fuego Lento. And this is an incredibly jasmine heavy perfume. First I thought it was just like straight up jasmine essential oil, but it has actually a lot of notes. The main notes are, this is a Fuego Lento by Frassai, is the maker. And the main notes are jasmine sambac, tolu balsam, orange blossom, suede, civet, let's hope it's synthetic, which is from animals sometimes, and sweet notes and cassis. Yeah, gotta try to figure out how to discern which civet is synthetic and which is not, so we can buy vegan perfumes, which this might not be. So a Fuego Lento by Frassai. If you like jasmine, this is like jasmine bomb, and kind of heavy, definitely like a winter scent or cooler weather scent. Next is another Victoria's Secret from that collection, which I think smells very similar to the Love, but a little bit stronger, although the notes are totally different. So this is strong in passion fruit, grapefruit, peony, pineapple, tangerine, and vanilla orchid. And it's a very feminine, pretty, kind of generic smelling. I mean, Victoria's Secret perfumes are probably pretty popular, but it's not bad. Victoria's Secret Bombshell. Next I have the Skulls and Roses perfume by Ed Hardy. And this one is a very simple composition. It's very sweet. It's just got like 4 notes: strawberry, caramel, honeysuckle, a sweet flower, yummy, and violet leaf. And the violet leaf keeps it from being like crazy stupid sweet. It gives it a little bit of I don't know, balance, I guess. And strawberry, caramel, honeysuckle, violet leaf, it's yummy, it's nice. I like this one. That is Skulls and Roses by Ed Hardy. Then my favorite of the Ed Hardy sampler that I got was Villain by Ed Hardy. And Villain is heaviest in watermelon, creme brulee, lychee, citruses, magnolia, sandalwood, freesia, and iris. So if you like a watermelon note, this is a good one. I like watermelon notes. It's just very sweet, slightly floral, and delicious. Villain by Ed Hardy. Next is another niche perfume. Now this I just got because of a sampler. I think I got a sample of various perfumes from Lucky Scent, and this was one of them, and I really liked it. So I love the opening of this. This is a Fig Tea by Nicolai Perfumes. Yeah, Nicolai Perfume Créature Fig Tea Eau de Toilette. Let me see it. There we go. And that's really beautiful opening with that fig note, fig and osmanthus in the opening, and then it dries down to kind of a spicier, like it's got mate, coriander, jasmine, gaiac wood, and amber, and that's all the notes. Fig, osmanthus, and some artemisia, which I don't really notice in here actually, not like I do in the Always Red Femme. Mate, coriander, jasmine, gaiac and amber. So the thing about this is it dries into the spicy. It's very different from the opening to the dry down. And the dry down is kind of a cold, I get a lot of the coriander in the dry down. And to me, this is like my go-to in the hot weather. Like when the hottest days are happening, I will put on fig tea because that dry down is cold to me. It has like a cold smell, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird. So this is like great high heat perfume for me in the summertime. Fig Tea by Nicolai Perfumes. Next I have just this is like a, I don't know, this was a Physicians Formula sampler packs with a little perfume that smells like their bronzer, which is a really tasty like coconut suntan lotion smell. And this was one of the first perfumes that I got that kind of started me going, oh, I should maybe collect some perfumes. It doesn't, I don't know what the notes are, it's not on Fragrantica, but this is kind of a sentimental little item for me. Yeah, Butter Paradise it is, a Physicians Formula. Next I have the favorite Victoria's Secret in that set, which is Tease by Victoria's Secret. And the main notes in this are vanilla, pear, benzoin, gardenia, sandalwood, and lychee. And it's very feminine, very pretty. I feel like it has a little better longevity than either the Love or the Bombshell. And it's a little bit more unique. So yeah, Tease by Victoria's Secret, my favorite in the Victoria's Secret sampler. Like, yummy. Next on my list is one of the most popular niche fragrances, I think, of the day. This is Delina by Parfums de Marly, and I got this on Demi Rollins' recommendation. It's very unusual. It's a rose, lychee, peony, rhubarb, and petalia heavy scent with a note of nutmeg in the opening. That kind of makes it unique. It's a great fragrance. Everybody really likes this fragrance. It's very long lasting. It's strong. You don't need much of it. For me, I've had a few negative associations with this perfume. So I try to love it, but I feel like it doesn't get a lot of wear for me because I have had some fails with wearing Delina. But it's lovely, and yeah, it's my most expensive perfume, my most expensive niche perfume, Parfums de Marly, Delina. Next is one I also got from a sampler, kind of random sampler that was sent to me by Lucky Scent, and this is La Danza delle Libellule, a niche perfume that is Italian, and La Danza delle Libellule means the dance of the dragonflies, I believe. This is a very gourmand scent. Is like a pastry, like you're in a shop, and there's a sweet pastry with coconut and apple and cinnamon. It's good for cold weather because it will choke you out in the heat. It's a beast mode fragrance. You only need 1 or 2 sprays of this and it will last a long time. So be careful not to overdo it because I've done that. It's not fun. But La Danza delle Libellule by Nobile 1942 is a nice gourmand niche fragrance if you want to smell like a apple coconut pastry. And sometimes I do, so yeah, that's yummy. Next I have Vetiver Fatale. So this is probably my most masculine scent. It's maybe a cologne. It's developed by Atelier Cologne. And Vetiver Fatale, I realized vetiver is a favorite note of mine. It's good. And it's pretty complex. I mean, it's really vetiver heavy, but then it also has plum, violet leaf, bergamot, bitter orange, lemon, cedar, orange blossom, and oud, which makes it maybe more unisex with all the fruits and the woods, though. I don't know. It leans more towards masculine, but I still really like it. Vetiver Fatale by Atelier Cologne. Atelier. Next is one that I just picked up random samples at a local perfume shop, and I happen to really like this, and nobody has ever talked about this on perfume channels that I've heard, so I may be the first that I know of, and if you have, let me know in the comments. This is Adrienne Vittadini's Capri, and to me this smells a little bit like honey and licorice, and it has no honey or licorice notes in it. It actually has notes of, it's a pretty simple composition, with lemon peel, musk, iris, oak moss, and Brazilian rosewood. And this to me is a winter day scent. I love to wear it in the morning, in the daytime. That lemon peel really like is fresh and like, I don't know, invigorating, I guess. So Adrienne Vittadini Capri is one of my go-tos for a winter day. I usually wear it to work. It's yummy. It's, yeah, I don't know why it doesn't have licorice or honey in it, but I smell a little bit of that. Not overbearing, but a little bit. Next, the classic Aquolina's Pink Sugar, and I got this on the recommendation of Kathleen Lights, and it is really cotton candy heavy. That's the most prominent note you can smell, with also caramel and vanilla, so very sweet, but it also has a bunch of different complex notes, so it's not just sugar. The top notes are orange, raspberry, bergamot, and fig leaf, and then the middle notes are red berries, lily of the valley, cotton candy, strawberry, and licorice. So it's interesting, there's a licorice note in here. I've never heard anybody say that. And then the base is musk, vanilla, caramel, tonka, and sandalwood. So it's a really complex fragrance, and even though it's got a lot of those sweet notes, I think the complexity of the composition kind of makes it more attractive and interesting, and it smells really good on skin. Men really like it on women, and it's really inexpensive. So Pink Sugar by Aquolina is another one of my other fragrances. Next is a new fragrance to my collection that Mila LeBlanc suggested. It's a Casmir by Chopard, and I put this in my recent haul video as I just got it. Yeah, it's a nice vanilla, benzoin, peach, apricot, cinnamon, and tonka as the main notes, but it's a pretty complex composition as well. And Mila said it smells like apricot pie, and I could get that. It's definitely with the cinnamon and the apricots. There's a little coconut in here too, I think. It's just delicious. And good for not, maybe like the fall or early spring. Probably get away with it in the winter, or even a night in the spring when it's not too hot. Otherwise, might be overbearing. But the dry down is like very vanilla. When it gets past the opening and the fruits wear off, it lasts for a long time on the skin, but the dry down is like a lot of just solid vanilla, which is tasty. Good. Okay, we're down to the final 8, down to the home stretch. So this I'll just mention quickly. I made a perfume in Paris when I was visiting last October, and it was fun. It was an interesting workshop at a L'Aurora, and this is a melon heavy thing. I think it smells like a baby's head. I put a little mint and orange blossom in it. It was kind of fun to see the process of measuring everything out. She helped craft it. It was a good workshop. I think it was a Groupon experience that I did. So perfume creation at L'Aurora, my own creation, which is number 8. Next I have Juliette Has a Gun Mad Madam, and I've never heard anybody talk about this. I think this is a pretty polarizing fragrance. I really like it. It's my most rose heavy scent, and to me it smells like it's like an animalic rose, with a lot of like green, like you're in a garden with the most pungent rose smell you can imagine. Super heavy rose castoreum, which is an animal ingredient, hopefully synthetic. I don't know. Let me know if you know. Also has white musk, patchouli, tolu blossom, moss, and black currant as some of the main notes. So Juliette Has a Gun Mad Madam. one of my go-tos for myself, but I don't know if everybody likes it, so you'd want to sample this before you bought it. But if you like rose, yeah, it's a good one. Next, I have Orange Sanguine by Atelier Cologne, and I layer this with everything. Like, this is my, not to cover this up, but to cover other things up or to help give them a little bit of an orange kick, because I love citrus so much. I will layer Orange Sanguine with a lot of perfumes. So yeah, it's mostly orange, blood orange, bitter orange, geranium, jasmine, sandalwood, amber, and tonka bean. I like the opening, the super orangey opening, a little better than the dry down, which is why it's nice to pair it, because then you know, you get the dry down of what you're pairing it with as well. But yeah, to give an orange kick to things, Orange Sanguine by Atelier Cologne. Next, I have another Armaf. I really like Armaf. The Clone House. They clone designer fragrances usually. This is Ruby Red Armaf Niche, and I believe it's supposed to be a clone for Dolce & Gabbana's The One. And I've tried them both side by side, and I prefer this by far. The Dolce & Gabbana is about the same longevity as this, but I feel like it has a little bit more sharpness in the opening, and this is a little bit more smooth in the opening, if that makes sense. The main notes in this are vanilla, lychee, mandarin orange, sandalwood, musk, tuberose, bergamot, and lily of the valley. Actually, those are all the notes. So if you like Dolce & Gabbana The One, then you probably like this. I like it better. Yeah, I won't need to be buying The One. Let's use my Ruby Red. Next is another Aquolina, another pink sugar sensual, and I will be getting a full bottle of this when it runs out. I really like this. It's a great date night fragrance. It's nice and close to the skin. It's totally different, I think, than the regular pink sugar. And the main notes people get are sugar, vanilla, tangerine, black currant, sandalwood, tiare flower, bergamot, jasmine, and African orange flower. And that is Aquolina's Pink Sugar Sensual. Yes, it's good. And the last three I have are Elizabeth Arden's White Tea. Angel Lately, out of Kenya, has a perfume channel, and she convinced me to buy this with her rave reviews of it, and I do love it. It is white tea, main notes white tea, white iris, C notes ambrette, fern, and mandarin orange. And yes, for hot weather, it's great. This is definitely a summer go-to for me. I miss it. It's not sunny enough yet to wear, but when it warms up, I'll put some of this on. And I also wear it to work. I've gotten compliments on it at work. It's light. It's got some character. It's not super feminine, but it's very like bright and just really nice, inexpensive Elizabeth Arden perfume. White Tea by Elizabeth Arden. Next, another Atelier Cologne. Yeah, I have a lot of Atelier Colognes. So I got like everything in a sample and then just bought the ones I like the best. This is Cafe Tuberosa. It's got coffee, cacao pod, Indian tuberose, rose oil, vanilla, cardamom, bergamot, and mandarin. And it's Cafe Tuberosa. You could just think this was coffee and tuberose. I mean, it's got a lot of other things in it, but yeah, it's really tasty. It's like, I don't know, if you like tuberose or you like coffee, this is a really nice scent. It's good for all year round, I'd say. You can get away with it in the winter, the summer. It could be a signature scent. Yeah, really nice Cafe Tuberosa by Atelier Cologne. Me. And in this set, my very favorite of all these that is not in my top 10, which I'll do next, is another Armaf, Italiano Donna by Armaf. I'll spray it because I spray it all the time. I keep this one around. I just love it. Just the notes, like got every great note in it. The main notes are tonka, vanilla, mandarin orange, sandalwood, lily, orange blossom, jasmine, cardamom, or sorry, carnation and musk, no cardamom. And it's just like a smooth, cozy, vanilla, tonka, like, yeah. I think it's a clone for Dolce & Gabbana Parfum, I believe, which I haven't smelled, but I don't really need to. I mean, I'll smell it at the store, but I probably wouldn't buy it if this is a clone of it, unless it's significantly different, which if it's a clone, it shouldn't be. Anyway, this Italiano Donna by Armaf is my favorite of this entire set, and when it runs out, I'll get another one because I'm going through it pretty fast. So thanks so much for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed my niche and other category of perfumes. Next time I'll do my top 10, and then I'll be done with my 2020 perfume collection, which is so big. I gotta use up these perfumes. Thanks again. Please subscribe. Please like this if you liked it, and see you next time. Bye bye.